Hey, what's up guys, Joshua's Boosters here and welcome back to another One Piece video. I'm extremely excited because I'm going to be reacting to the ban list. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen one spoiler, which is that Sakazuki is gonna get unbanned. I literally just got off work. I arrived home like 30 seconds ago. Did my best to avoid any social media, but like I said, I did see that Sakazuki got unbanned, which I will go over, like what I think about that when we get there. Haven't seen anything else yet, but yeah, very excited. I did like a prediction video. I think I predicted actually that Sakazuki might come back. Then I also said they would either ban the UP leader or ban 9 Mom, and then or Gum Gum Giant. I think that's the only things that I thought would get hit. I've also heard people talk about like Hody getting banned, Tapskin getting banned. I don't see it happening. Let's find out. Yeah. So let's see. Okay, this statement. Okay, let's go. Banned pair cards. Banned pair. Decks containing card A are not permitted to include any cards listed as card B. Okay, so this is something that they've done with the Digimon card game, as far as I know as well, where you can't play like certain combination of cards in the decks, but like both the cards remain legal, which I actually think is a very healthy game design decision. So let's see. Card A, Monkey D. Luffy, OP11 040, which I suppose is, oh, I'm already seeing spoilers, is the leader. I don't know the codes at the top of my head, of course. And then both Charlotte Katsukugi and Charlotte Linden. So, if you are including, or I suppose it's basically just this, right? If you're playing this leader, you will not be able to play either the 9 Mom or Age of Katakuri. So, I think this is great, honestly. This way, they can keep both the cards legal. Like, if you want to play the Luffy leader, you can. But if you want to play the 9 Mom in like a different deck, like for example Purple Katakuri, right, then you can do that as well. So very good. And then honestly, I'm kind of surprised they did this with the 8 Katakuri as well, but I mean, I don't hate it. That card is like a 4-off staple in the deck. It is very powerful. Yeah, I like it. I think this is good. I think it's interesting that they didn't include Gum Gum Giant in this, but maybe we're just getting the Gum Gum Giant limit or ban. Anyway. Well, yeah, for now, this seems pretty good. Banned cards. Okay, yeah, then we got Nami here. I think ever since the Otama was announced, people are like, yeah, there is no way the blue Nami is going to survive this list. I absolutely love this because I just really dislike alt win conditions, so I'm just glad to see her go. Yeah, very happy this happened, and they didn't for some reason allow this and the blue Otama to exist at the same time as well. And I also think this just opens up the game for more card design options with the color blue in general, which I just think is a healthy thing. Honestly, I might like this even more than this part of the ban list, even though like the Snake Man leader obviously is a problem. And honestly, I'm curious to see what builds are going to look like with these new like deck restriction rules in place. Honestly, I would expect that this deck, especially if we don't see the giant hit, it will still be like a tier 1 deck for sure. Or, I mean, maybe not, let's see. Cards removed from the list. So this honestly leads me to believe that we're not getting any restriction or banned cards other than these. So no Hody, Tempest Kick, and also no giant hits. And then we're getting the Sakazuki unbanned. Yeah, I already said in my prediction video, I think this is perfectly fine. The power creep has been like significant enough that I do think we can get this leader back. And it will just be balanced. I do think the deck will be pretty good, honestly, but I don't really see it being game breaking. I do think it loses to rush decks, but it will definitely be interesting to see how this deck will do in a meta. And I do think it will definitely be like a tier 2 contender maybe. I'm going to be cooking this deck 100% because I love this leader. I just love the playstyle of it. I love the consistency the leader has, especially now that we have like brand new, the One Sengoku, I'm gonna be a Navy officer event. This deck can be super consistent at what it does. Like the Navy card pool is so strong. Yeah, very much looking forward to playing this leader. And we get Kabaji back. I mean, if we lose the Nami leader, then it makes sense that this Kabaji comes back, right? Not much to say about that. And then these are just cards which have become effective. Just stay effective, I guess. So that's just the old cards, but it still says the Kabaji, the Sakazuki. I'm not sure what this means, but that's just it, I guess. No giant hit at all. Effective from August 30th, so we still have like the 1 weekend before OP12 is tournament legal to play with the old list, and then like the next weekend immediately we get to play with this list. So yeah, that's it. It's less than I expected. Although, honestly, the only thing I expected to also be on the list would have been Gum Gum Giant, but they did the category instead. I do really like this deck building rule. Yeah, the one thing I'm a little bit worried about is green-purple Luffy now, that maybe because we still have Giant at the full capacity, that deck could potentially be a problem. However, just built into the next set, we are of course getting like the Deadman's Game, which inherently is like a hard counter to the Green Purple Luffy. We still have Hody, so maybe just the fact that Zoro exists is going to be a detriment to Green Purple Luffy, or Red Green Smoker for that matter as well, right? Yeah, very, very interesting. I'm also super curious what we are going to be seeing with this Luffy leader, because I'm predicting that we are not quite done seeing his face. I don't want to go too in-depth about what I think the format is going to look like, because I want to do like a tier list video going to OP12, which I will probably do this weekend, where I go over that exactly. But for now, I do expect the meta to be Green Zoro, Rayleigh, Green Purple, Red Green Smoker as the top decks for OP12, and then maybe Snake Man, maybe Sakazuki. I think for Teach, actually, this ban list is pretty good as well, depending on like how the new Snake Man builds are going to look like. But just Snake Man being hit, in the end it is good for Teach, because good players playing Snake Man, that's just very, very rough for Teach. I really feel for Teach that if you are like a good Teach player and you're playing like an average Snake Man, you should win most of the time. But like if it's like a good player versus a good player, then Snake Man is favored. I do think this is also interesting for Lucci, even though maybe it's just going to be that Sakazuki is going to take like Lucci's niche in the format, do it like more consistent, do it better. However, Lucci is a 5-life leader, which just means that inherently it is stronger against something like Rayleigh, but possibly also against something like Green Zoro. So yeah, lots of interesting stuff there. I do generally think this ban list is good. I do think Bandai has been doing a good job with the ban list in general, and I do really like them implementing like this deck building rule, instead of just outright banning these cards. So yeah, I'm just gonna close it down at that. Very, very exciting. Can't wait to play Sakazuki. Can't wait to see how this Snake Man deck is going to perform in the future. Can't wait to see how the form will shake up. To someone like me, this is the most interesting time to be a card game enjoyer, because the format is wide open. Yeah, very exciting stuff. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see the tier list dropping this weekend. And if you do, I'll see you in the next one.